Hey everyone, my name's Andy and I go by the crowstitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. And welcome into my Flosstube number 17, I think. I should have checked. 17, I think. It doesn't matter. This is where I talk all about my cross stitching. So, welcome in to everyone who is new and an older subscriber. I appreciate all of you. I have had a number of new subscribers, so I do want to take this moment to say hi to everyone who is new, and just give a little bit of a rundown of a little reintroduction and mini introduction to those who are new. Like I said, my name's Andy. My pronouns are they, them, and I've been cross stitching for about 32 years, 34 years, something like that. Um, I stitched all the things. I have currently 73 active WIPs and 156 total projects that I have gone through and calculated and are organized in Notion. There are still more that I have not gone through, but that's what I've gone through. That's how many I have. So that's my dog Xena for anyone who's new. Are you bringing me your llama? She does this at the beginning of every. Oh, are you changing your mind? Usually, whenever I start talking, she decides that now's the time to bring me a toy, and she always usually comes up and says hi and brings me her toy. But um, anyway, so if you hear noises or squeaks in the background, that's Teeny Beanie playing with her toys. What was I saying? I don't even know now. 156 total projects that I've gone through. There are more that I do have to go through. I'm definitely a process stitcher, meaning I just like to stitch on things, and I do have some WIPs that I have labeled as legacy pieces that are ones that I do want to finish within my lifetime to leave behind as a legacy, and they are all marked and on a separate wheel. But I continue to start things and stitch on random things because I just enjoy the process. So you never quite know what you're gonna get when you come in here. uh, so that's a me in a nutshell. Oh, I guess I should. That's my stitching me in a nutshell. Uh, Other non-stitching me, I do own a small candle business called Morning Moon Candles, and morning is spelled Mourn, as if someone is in mourning, because all my candles are murder mystery themed. So that is my day job, I guess. You could say I is my small business. Everything is soy and um, yeah, all murder mystery themed. So I do get a lot of stitching done while I'm working because, as I like to say, wax waiting. I'm waiting for my wax to cool or heat up to appropriate temperatures, and so while I'm sitting there, I get a lot of stitching done. So that's what I do. So let's get into what I've stitched in the past 2 weeks. Now, I'm prepared, but not at the same time. Y'all ever have that? This first one is one of my focus pieces. That's not even the right category. Uh, that I'm stitching for me and my husband Dar for our 25th wedding anniversary, which is in 7 year. I don't know. I wrote it down in months so I can keep track. I'm currently at 5.37% done, and I have 16,282 stitches complete out of 302,500. And I do 3,700 stitches on this a month, so I did get it completed for. No, that's not what I want. I did get it completed for August. Oh my God, I couldn't. Jesus, it is August today. Or I mean, it's not August anymore. Today is September 3rd, 2024. So welcome. It's a Tuesday. But I did get this finished for August, and this is what it will look like. Sorry for all the glares, but you know, you do what you can do. It is what it is. So I did a top left start. I'm doing 1/1 full cross on 28 count. All of my full coverages are full cross, and quite honestly, all of my stitching is full cross unless it is tarted in a half stitch. Um, so, oh, I use these. So someone asked if I kit up my projects or like how I go about it. And I did reply to the comment, but I do want to address it here just in case other people are wondering. I do not kit up projects in the sense that I go through and purchase floss for each individual project. I have a master set that I work from, and so what I do is I use these, and usually there's 50 slots or colors for each one. So you usually, because I don't do a lot of like max color or anything like that. Actually, I don't think I have a single max color piece. 2 of them work for one piece. And so what I do is I will go through and put all of the colors on the cards. They give you these cards, and you can replace them. They give you replacement cards as well, and you can use the front and the back of each card. So it's nice. You can get a lot of use out of these. And then as I stitch a piece, what I do is I pull a few strands depending on how many colors are so as I go, let's say the first color I needed was 156. So I go to my master set, I have them all in floss away bags, and there we go. And I just take a few strands and hook it on, but I still have it in my master set. So I pull from my master set, put it on here so that I do have for the specific project as I go. So that's why they're not completely all on there, because I haven't gotten to those colors yet. So that's what I do. And these are great. I love them. Get them off of Amazon. And I do actually have them in my, I'll put my link tree down below. You can go and click on my shop in my link tree for my affiliate link if you want to use these or get these. I highly recommend them. I love them. But that was all because I had to get that all out so that, oh, and someone did ask. Okay, so here is where I am. So when I can get this wrangled, you will see that I've kind of been everywhere. For anyone who's new, I don't do before and after pictures. I just show you where I worked. Okay, so this is where it is as a whole. This is what it looks like. And so, oh gosh, where I worked this past month in August, I did more of the sky in here, and then I did this. This is a wing. These are waist threads, just ignore those. This is a wing for like the maroon colored dragon, and then a bit of the sky. And then I worked more and filled in this dragon's wing and some background up in here, the sky up in here. I had some confetti to fill in. And then I thought, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. So I went over and I counted over, worked over, and then started on the big dragon. So these are the scales on the large, on that, the big guy. Did I tell you what this piece is? It's Protector of Magic. Artwork is by Lisa Parker. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Design. So then I did all of this, and I don't have gridded fabric on everything, but the ones I do, I do like being able to do that, to just kind of go wherever I feel like. So I think this is gonna look amazing. Like I said, I do have the months counted out and marked off. I need 81 months. Excuse me, I lied. I needed 82 months, and I have 3 months complete. So, and then my hand hurt and I got tired of writing, so I'll write the rest in later. It's going to take me, 30 months. It's going to be a while till I need to write in more anyway, so it's not a big deal. But that is that. Okay, now to get all of this back in the bag. I do, again, for anyone who's new, I do put everything back in the bags before I move on, because you will notice that I have a lot, even in the week or 2 weeks that I film, I have a lot of projects, and otherwise I will lose stuff, and I'm not about that life, really. So you will hear zippers, you will hear, this is a cloth bag, but if it's not a cloth bag, you'll hear bags, you'll hear crinklies. Just, it is what it is. It's my life. Okay. Just put it here. Okay, next. Okay, so I need to go over this. So, I did just do a video about my rotation that I came up with, and I did come up with a rotation. So, if you're interested in learning the whole thing, go watch that video. I will try to remember to tag it below, but I can't promise anything. But to give you a quick rundown, because I do need to explain it briefly for what I'm going to show you. I have this bin, and I have this isn't all of them, but I have all 156 WIPs. Well, I shouldn't say WIPs, because not all of them are an active WIP, or an active in progress. I haven't started all of them. All 156 projects that I have already cataloged and put in Notion on cards, and they're in this bin. And every week I pull out 10, and I write them down. This is this week's. I write them down. And if it's, there's different categories, and each category gets a different number of stitches. And then once I reach that number, not at once, but just once I reach that number, that card gets taken out of the bin until I go through everything. So you will notice that I do have a lot of new starts on this week's. And what I do is there's 10 projects, and those are the ones I can choose to work on for the following week. I don't have to work on all of them. I don't have to start all the new starts, usually. But I can choose from those 10, so it narrows it down for me, so I'm not as, oh my god, I need to, what do I work on out of this 156? However, I was watching Dizzy Stitcher, Darren, the other day, and he talked about start at September, and what he decided to do was pull, like, he has all of his new starts in a wheel, and he was going to pull, I think it was five new starts each week, and start all of those 5, each of those, whatever was pulled. So I didn't want to do that, because that would really, or anything like that, because that would screw up my plans and my rotation. But what I decided to do, what I decided to do was each week, any new starts that are called, I will start. So this week actually does have 5. And I have already started, actually technically 4 of them. This isn't in the hoop at the moment, so I'm not going to show this one today, but I've actually started 4 of them. Next week, and I like to pull for like a week in advance so I can kind of plan what I'm going to do or know what I have to choose from. Next week has 3 new starts, so I will start all of those next week for the month of September, for New Start September. So that's what I'm going to do. So one of the new starts that was called for this week is, or was, I should say, Flamingo Duo. It is by Bendy Stitchy, and it will look like this. And I did get the Roxy Flossco floss, the conversion for this. And I am stitching it 2/1 full cross on 18 count Forest Floor by Oak Crown Studio. This was one of the Fabric of the Months. I'm in the Oak Crown Studios Fabric of the Month club, and this was one of the Fabric of the Months from, I don't know, a few months ago. But these are the flosses. Look at that. Look at the colors. They're beautiful. Try to get them all sorted out. Look at those greens. And the pinks are kind of showing up a little more coral, but they are pink in person, but they're lovely. They're gorgeous. So I started this last night, and this is how far I got. Isn't he adorable? Like, look at that. I love it so much. So I do have enough room. I'm going to do both of them. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do them individually, like they have on the pattern cover, or if I wanted to do just them right next to each other and frame it like that, or finish it like that. So I cut a piece of fabric that would work for either. So I can either do both and like decide to leave them, or kind of go over a little bit more for the second one and then cut them out individually and finish them individually. So I still can decide on that later. But look at those colors. Oh, this little guy's so cute. I love him so much. And I've decided to name them. One's Frank. And what was the other name? I had picked out an F name. 2 F names, and I can't remember. But I feel like this one is Frank. The one I'm stitching is Frank. And then I need to remember what name I picked out for that one. Not like it's a big issue. This is serious business. It's serious business. I need to remember what my other flamingo's name is. Okay. What is this? I don't know. This is Village. This was... I need to insert a photo for this because I do not have it. I have it on my laptop on Pattern Keeper and not in markup. Let me write that down. Because if I've learned, I should do this beforehand, but whatever. I keep forgetting to. Alright, so this is Village. I will put up a picture somewhere. And this was one of my pulls for last week. Artwork is by Tammy Gross, and it's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And I started this with Tanya from Stitching Addicted, who I will tag below. Tanya is amazing, and a great stitcher, wonderful. I love her so much. A lot of full coverages. So if you like kind of honestly, if you like my full coverages and my stuff, you will most likely like Tanya's because we have a lot of the same pieces. I was watching her latest Flosstube. She posted, it was last week, and she was talking about a couple pieces she's gonna, or one she did start. It's Blood Moon by Ann Stokes, and I was like, I have that. It's in my. It is cataloged. It's in my. It can be pulled at any time. It's in my 156 projects. Uh, and then she was talking about another one that she's gonna start, which I will talk about later. And I was like, I have that. That was pulled for next week. I'm gonna start. So go check out Tanya. But this is where I am. I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count. I did a top left start. She did a bottom left start. So if you want to see kind of different, this piece coming to life from different areas, definitely go check her out. She did a bottom left, and she worked over to the cobblestones, the cobblestone streets, and it's looking gorgeous. I did a top left start. So I have the tree obviously coming in here, and then I worked mostly in here and down in here. I did fill in this branch a little bit more, and then the sky. I only did 400 some stitches on this, but like I said, it was one of my pulls, one of my 10 pulls for last week. And the colors I love. Like, look at the colors from back here. It's so moody. It's such a moody piece, and I love it. Just put me right in there. Man, let me walk down that street. Yes. Love it. So, that's where I got on that. Doesn't look like there's a lot of colors in there, but there is. Okay. That's that one. This one. I don't know what this one. Oh, this one was a new start from last week's pull, so I technically didn't need to start it, but I did. Because I was feeling it. This, and I'm going to have to put a picture up for this one as well. Somewhere. I'll insert a picture. This is Solitude. Artwork is by Susan Rios, and it's charted by Charting Creations. And I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on 28 count. And I showed this to Dar, and like what I showed him the mock-up, the picture, and he was like, "That's definitely not that's unusual for you." And I said, "Yes, it is, but also put me right in that tub. Like, just put me right in that bathroom. Cup of tea, hell yeah!" Like, so this is how far I got. Oh, I can give you some stats. Oh, I should have given you stats on Village. That's why I have my laptop here. Hold on. Oh, gosh. Okay, wait. Village. I have 1,569 stitches out of 128,000, and I'm at 1.23%. So that's Village. Solitude. This was a new start, and I got 1,104 stitches out of 162,89. 162,089, right? And I'm at 0.68% and a top left start again. So it doesn't look like much, but these are the curtains, and then these are the roses in the vase that's sitting on top of the cabinet or dresser, whatever that is. Looks almost kind of like a sink. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Some sort of cabinet. So these are the flowers, and then the vase will come in like down here. So I am getting some detail already, even though at the moment it doesn't look like much. And again, from back here so you can get the colors for reals. So yeah, something a bit different for me, but like I said, put me right in there. Fill that tub with some bubble bath, and yeah. Okay. This one is the one I was telling you about with Tanya that I said I would talk about later. Excuse me. I'm going to have to put a picture in of this one as well, insert a picture. This is Wednesday Addams by Charted by Medusa Doll Maker. It is her artwork. And I got it. So I got this for free, actually. I purchased Skull Witch from her, and then she sent the chart for this as well. So I was stoked about that. I don't think you can actually purchase it from her website. I didn't see it there. So it must just be whenever you purchase a pattern from her, she sends you this. I don't know. I'm just assuming. But I'm doing it 2/1 full cross on 14 count Ada that I had in my stash that fits. And I just did a small start on it the other day because it was for one of this week's pulls, and so it was a new start, so I did need to start at September. And I got 436 stitches done out of 106,038, and I am at 0.41%. And I'm not gonna undo the whole thing because I don't really need to. I did a top right start on this one though because it is 14 count, so I can do like one leg at a time, like one leg across. I stitch kind of backwards from probably I think what most people stitch. I stitch bottom right to top left from my bottom leg, and then bottom left to top right for my top leg. So when I do one leg at a time and then go back over, I start from the right side. So that's where I am on that. So it's just the stripes coming down around her. I think she starts to come in, or something starts to come in like sort of here-ish. But I think it's gonna look awesome on that black. Again, not very exciting at the moment, but that's where I am, and I don't know why this is having a hard time focusing on this. There we go. Like I said, usually I do a top left start, but if I'm doing one leg at a time, I will do a top right start, which is what I did. So Tanya said she will also be starting that, so if you want to see that, from another stitcher being worked up in probably a different way, different count, different fabric, go check out Tanya, Stitching Addicted. Okay, this was a pull for last week. This is Salty Bitch. I'm going to have to put up a photo of this one as well, or a picture of this one as well, and I can give you stats. Hold on. Where's my Salty Bitch? There we are. Where's your card? I'm stitching this 1/1 full cross on 28 count in the color Barely Lime by Fabric Flare, which is probably not going to show up too well on the fabric, on the camera. The fabric's not going to show up well on the fabric. Yeah. All right, Andy. And it's probably not going to show up well on the camera, but it is like a light mottled green, lime green. And I have a total of 1,616 stitches out of 107,444, and I'm at 1.5% exactly. Because, as you saw from the picture, the corners are rounded, So I did a top center start on this. And so this past time I worked and did this white down here and then did all of this. Well, I had a little bit of this blue, but I filled in more confetti and then did all of this. And this is such a fun stitch. Look at those blues. Oh, so pretty. And I know it's hard to see, but that's all like white and 3865 and a light yellow, so it is stitched. It's just difficult to see. But especially on camera, in person it shows up a bit better. The fabric definitely wasn't showing up as green as it actually is. Okay. Oh, I need to add that to my list to put on. A lot of pieces to add in pictures. This. Oh, this is Friends Forever. This was a pull for last week as well. And I can show you this. I have a total of 1,227 stitches out of 259,200, and I'm at 0.47%. Artwork is by Ann Stokes, and it's charted by... Who charted this? No. Thread Geeks? Thread Geeks. Charted by Thread Geeks. And this is what it will look like. There we go. I just love the autumn colors in this. It's so gorgeous. So calming to me. And I did a up top left start as well. 1/1 full cross on something. 25 count? 25 count. And, oh, there's park threads, there's waist threads, there's all kinds of threads. Ignore it. It's fine. And this is where I am. So, since you last saw it, I filled it. I just worked on filling in most of this area. I did come down here with the black, do this black, brought the top border over, and then just started working on filling in. So I got this little corner completely filled in. That wasn't filled in before. So a lot of it was just filling in spaces. But those colors, look at those colors. Look how well that's going to go with these curtains. Oh, I could put it in this room. Look at this. Look at this against these curtains. Like, look at that. Oh, love it. Yes. Yes. I'm having a moment. So that's where I got on that. So I worked on that last week. For my pull, I have, in case anyone's wondering, I have not met the stitch goal for any of my pulls yet, so everything went right back in the bin. Halloween 13 was also a pull. Everything is going to be a pull, so I don't really know why I'm saying that. Halloween 13 is, I have 686 stitches total out of 7,487, and I'm at 9.16%. I got it off of Etsy. It's by New Saw Creations, I think. I honestly don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is what it looks like. It's Noussa, I think, their shop. Originally, when I purchased this, I thought it was a crystal ball, and then once I looked at it more after I downloaded it, I thought, oh, that's a dream catcher. But I still love it. It's fine. And I'm doing it 1/1 on 18 count Ada. And I have way more fabric than I need because I didn't cut it because I was lazy. But you know, it is what it is. This is where I am. So I finished off this candle and did this border down here and then came over and started working on the ghost. And it's one of the things where, like, you look at it up close. When I was stitching it, and I was stitching the candle, and I kind of thought, what the hell is this? And then I looked at it from afar when I was going to put it away, and I thought, oh, well, that's pretty sexy. So I love this piece. I'm just stitching what the colors called for, DMC. So that, again, went back in the bin. Oh, and this also goes for the Halloween is a Lifestyle sale that I'm hosting with Beck from Beck Stitches Everything. Let me write that down. I'll put the hashtag. We have a hashtag of hashtag Halloween is a Lifestyle sale. And it's a year-long, well, I want to say year-long. It's an ongoing thing because Halloween is a lifestyle. So, um, anything that you stitch that is Halloween or like spooky or goth, horror, anything like that, if you want to tag me and Beck on Instagram and use the hashtag, we love to see all your things. I'll put Beck's channel below. Beck Stitches Everything. And I'll also make a note to put Stitching Addicted Tanya down there. Oh, and Darren, because I mentioned Darren. Okay. Next. Speaking, oh, I got two. Hold on. We only need one. One at a time, please. Okay, this next one, I will put a picture up. I almost showed you my card. Like, here, look at my card. Isn't that fun? This is Skull Witch by Medusa Dollmaker. I'm stitching it 1/1, a full cross on 28 count. So that's a lie. 22 count with CXC threads. Let me get you some stats for her. I stitched this last month. Okay, so I did lie. Not everything was a pull. I stitched this last month for one of our, a bunch of us who have Discords. We kind of rotate, and each month one of us picks a theme. And last month, Mass Bandit had I think it was favorite ladies or fans. I think it was favorite ladies. So it's basically any kind of lady that you wanted to work on. And so a lot of people did, you know, Mirabilias, Bellas, etc. But I chose to work on Skull Witch, and I have a total of 3,220 stitches out of 105,378 stitches, and I'm at 3.06%. So this is what it looks like now. I can kind of probably fold that. So what I did was I started the month. I was all up here, right? And or August, month of August. And so then I thought, okay, well, it's a fancy lady or favorite lady, so I want to actually get to the lady. So what I did last time I showed this, I had like one line. I had started the diagonal and then had the thought of I'm gonna start the lady. I want to get to her. So I had like one line going across, and I got to her. So what I did was this time I did fill in more of the background because all the background is solid 3371. So I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm doing a couple strands of 3371, then doing some in her, then back to the background, back to her. So I got most of this filled in, chunked out a bit, and then I did get more confetti in on her, and that I believe is her hair. Yeah, it's like she has a crown coming in here, like a crown of golden leaves and whatnot. And this is the back of the crown of her head, the back of her head. So that's what she looks like. Nothing much at the moment, but eventually. Eventually, she will get there. Okay, this was a new start poll from last week. I just have it a printout, and my printer only prints in black and white. It doesn't print in color, so this is what you're gonna get. It's got the Morbs by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this was a new start for last week. That was one of my 10 pulls. And I am stitching this 2/2 on a 28 count that I dyed myself using Witchy Night from Cottage Garden Threads. And I did have to order one more skein. But I had this in my stash, so I thought, why not? It was pulled and I could get started, so get started. And I dyed this myself. And I will have room to do something else on it. But let's just take a moment to appreciate the fabric. And this is what it looks like. This is how far I got. So I have Go M and a candle. And honestly, since I make candles, that's pretty appropriate, isn't it? And you can't really see. You can kind of sort of see. There we go. Well, you can sort of see it. You can see it in person. I'm trying to get it for you to show up for you on the camera, and it's really not. I guess maybe back here you can sort of see the variegation a little bit. It's like it mimics the colors of the fabric, and I didn't dye the fabric specifically for this piece. I just after the fact noticed, hey, the gray and purple kind of match the gray and purple, so, but just in different, much darker for the threads, obviously. So that's what I went with. Has been so fun to stitch so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's been a quick stitch as well. It's stitched up quickly, so then I'll have this like whole other half to use for something else. Free the fabric. Julian Stitches. Why can I not say this? Julian Stitches 16. Who I will link below as well. I love her channel. She did a thing with like free the floss, so to work on projects so she could, especially with specialty flosses, so you could then free up the floss to use for other projects. And like free the fabric. Like let's get that done so I can use the, not like I could just cut it off, but you know, I'm not doing that. What are you? Can I show you? Oh, I cannot show this. I can show a picture. I can show what it will look like, but I cannot show you and I cannot give you stats because it is another Ko-fi member. Wait, where is it? It's in here, isn't it? I have to insert a picture. This is, yeah, I have to insert a picture. It's on my laptop. This is Peppermint Cthulhu. Oh, goodness. Artwork is by someone. Artwork is by Echo Chernik, and it's charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch. This is a Ko-fi member exclusive WIP, so if you are one of my Ko-fi members, you will have already, I did put up progress pics and stats for this. And then every time I work on it, I will continue to do that, but do so. But it is only for my Ko-fi members. So if you want to see that one as I'm stitching it, go join my Ko-fi. Okay. This one was a new start pull for this week. This is a kit that I got off of. They came as a pair. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace, and it's Antici Talks. And I got two of them because they came together, but I got them specifically for this pattern. And it's adjust, and it says, "So this isn't home sweet home, adjust." And I got it specifically, like I said, for this pattern. The other pattern's funny too, but I wanted this one because I've talked about this before, but just briefly for anyone who is newer. We live in my parents' house. Both of my parents have died, and we live in my parents' house. However, this house has a lot of dark memories for me, I guess, is a good way to say it, because both of them had cancer, and both of them, when I was young, when I was a child, were quite sick while in this house. So all my memories associated to this house are of that, basically. And we had wanted to move. We tried to, it was a whole thing. Again, I went into it in detail before, but essentially we can't move. We're stuck here. And I was like, because, monetary reasons, we can't afford to go and move. So, I wanted it for this. It's not home sweet home. Adjust and make it a home as much as you can. So that's what I'm doing. And I wanted this as a little reminder. So this was a new start, and this is where I got. Obviously, I have to do the back stitching. I didn't do any of the back stitching. There we go. But this is the center of her robe. This is her slipper, and then I started doing the chair, and then that's her earring. And it's been a nice, easy, quick stitch. It is a kit, like I said. The other one's pretty funny too. It's in my bin, so it could be pulled at any time. You never know. And I keep it in this bag that I got. Hold on, let me move my needle minder over so you can see. Because, what you'll be able to see. I got it from, it's Alara Designs, and I love this. It fits like these small kits perfectly. She has multiple sizes, but I got the small size. And then look at the back. Isn't that gorgeous? And then she puts grommets in, so if you want to hang it like in a closet or something, if you have a craft room and you have a specific closet or whatever. And then the vinyl, I think I've showed this one before, but I'm showing it again because I love it so much. The vinyl front, so you can put, like, I have the cover photo separate, and then everything else is in the back. I love it. I'll tag her below too. She's got multiple sizes. I haven't looked at her shop lately, but last I did look, she had all the way up to like extra large, I think. So a great variety. Okay, and then this is, oh, before I forget, I don't want to end on something I can't show you. I want to end on something I can show you. So before I forget, I did work on another WIP. It was a new start. It is a secret project. It's for Dar, so I'm not going to share anything about it on here. But it is another Ko-fi member exclusive, because I know that he is not a member on my Ko-fi and will not see it. So I did post it. I posted the mock-up. I posted the progress, and I gave a little backstory as to why I'm stitching it. And I will say that I did chart it myself, So I explained, I talked a little bit about that. And then again, that will continue to be a Ko-fi member exclusive piece every month, because I do want to get it done for 2026. Yes. So if you are interested in that, go check out my member tiers on Ko-fi. There are 2 tiers, and you get access to that on either tier. There's a $3 tier and a $6 tier, so a month. So you get access to that on either tier. Like all the member only WIPs are either tier. So which way does this go? This way, because I did it so the thing's on the top. The last one, I will also have to insert a picture. This was a new start pull for last week. It is chocolate cherry cupcake number 2. Try to buy the Cross Stitch Studio. I need my card. Where's my card? I just almost dropped all of that. I'm stitching it 1/1 full cross on 22 count Middle Earth by Bestitch Me. It works, trust me. And the artwork is by Dream Cafe Art. And I did a center start because it is not full coverage. So when you see the picture, all of the green is not stitched. It's only the cupcake that's stitched. And I'm going to do a close-up. This is where I am. I have 370 stitches done out of 665,214, and I'm at 0.57%. And this is what it looks. See what I mean about it working on Middle Earth? Like, look at that. I'm very excited. And surprisingly, there's no brown in here yet. There is black. There is 154, which is a purpley brown. And there's 939. I went and I looked at the colors to get started, and I thought, what? So it kind of all looks like one color at the moment, but it's not, I promise. Like, but there's no brown. Yeah, I was all ready. I was like, okay, there's going to be 3371, there's going to be 938, there's going to be, like, all these, like, chocolatey browns, and no. But it works. Trust the process, right? Okay. Next up, I want to share a little fun thing that I did. I kind of took a little page out of Jen the Caffeinated Crafter's book. Let me write her down. I've been tagging her and I love her. I've been tagging her in almost every video because I talk about her so much. Anyway, she has these boards, and she used to have like huge poster boards, and now she has whiteboards. Kel Stitches also uses whiteboards. And I think somebody else does too. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I took the original page out of Jen's book with the poster boards. And I just have a little tiny poster board because I don't need a huge one. Because this is my 50 legacy finishes by the time I'm 50. So, that's the wrong way. So, again, for anyone, well, I don't think I said this earlier in this video. For anyone who's new, I did mention that I have pieces that I've marked as legacy WIPs. And let me get my Notion to that page. Nope. That's wrong. That's also wrong. Apparently I can't click on things today appropriately. Okay, so I have things tagged as legacy WIPs. Currently, I have 75. Well, there were 77, but I finished 2, so there are 75 that are tagged at the moment. And I have a little goal for myself to, well, I have a goal for myself to finish 50 legacy WIPs by the time I'm 50, which gives me like a little less than 7.5 years. 7 years and a few months. So I decided to make a little board for funsies. So every time I finish one, I will write it down. So far I have finished Nevermore Raven, and I've shown both of these on previous Flosstubes. Nevermore Raven, which I finished in July, so this is the month and the year. And then 3 Egg Sampler, which I finished in August of 2024. And I have written out for the rest of the 50. And then over here, I have little squares. So when I fully finish something, I'll just put a little check mark. And I didn't fully finish either one of those. But when I fully finish them, I'll put a check mark. I'll show you, and then I'll put a check mark. I would like, the goal is actually just to finish the 50, but since they are legacy WIPs and the whole point is to have them up somewhere or displayed in some fashion to leave as a legacy, I would like to see how many I could get fully finished as well. But I can't do that until they're actually done. So the main goal is to just get 50 finishes. Now, I don't know how, we'll see, because a lot of those are full coverages. Those two were not, so, you know. Okay, now, I need my phone for this. Last time I celebrated 500 subscribers, and, oh, before we do that, I did my legacy pool. I did a, I wanted to do it before my Flosstube so that I could work on it if I wanted to. I did my legacy, I spun my legacy wheel, and I did do a, what is it called? A short, and I put a short up. So if you saw the short, this is not new to you. This is not news, but I pulled Rosie Santa. And this is by Shabby Charm Art and charted by the Cross Stitch Studio. And I have not worked on it yet, but I have this for this pool. But I have 3,732 stitches out of 315,857. Try that again. 315,875 stitches, and I'm at 1.18% complete. And this is what it will look like, and it is full coverage. So this was my legacy WIP pull that I will work on whenever I feel like it over the next 2 weeks. Okay, so I wanted to get that out of the, not out of the way, but I wanted to not forget it. Okay, so we had 4 giveaways because I celebrated my 500 subscriber milestone. And the first giveaway was for this kit for Forest House by Dimensions. I had opened the kit and then just was like, yeah, no, I'm not really into stitches. It's cute and I love it, but I'm not actually gonna stitch it and finish it. So I decided to give it away, and the key word for that was forest, and that goes to Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. Oh, come on. There we go. Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. So Lydia, if you could either message me on Instagram or send me an email at crowstitcher@yahoo.com and give me your mailing address, and I will get that out to you. And I will put my Instagram and my email down below for everyone for ease. Okay, the next one was this chart by Ink Circles called Assembly Required. That looks like this, and the keyword was bones. And this goes to, did I get the right chart? Yes, I did. Okay. This goes to, sorry, I just had a brain fart right there. Assembly Required goes to Molly Carnes 6049. So Molly, again, if you could either message me on Instagram, or send me an email and let me know what you won, or give me your address and I'll send it out to you. For everyone who wins, if you could just in your either comment or email, just remind me which chart you have. I keep everything, but just again to make it so I don't send anyone the wrong thing. Just remind me what you won. So you get the right thing. All right, the next chart was Unfiltered Poison by Shannon Christine Designs. And the keyword for this was poison. And this goes to Marissa McConnell. Marissa McConnell. So Marissa, if you could message me on Instagram or send me an email with your address, and I will get that out to you. And then the last one was Poison Garden. Excuse me. That's wrong. Poison Garden. Octopus's Garden by Blackbird Designs. It's this. The keyword for that was garden. And it goes to Trisha Stitches and Art. There we go. Decided. Trisha Stitches and Art. So again, message me on Instagram or send me an email with your address. Okay, so those are all the giveaways for last time. So to all the winners, congratulations. And to anyone who entered, thank you so much for commenting and entering and watching my videos and being here. And I really appreciate all of you. I just had a complete brain fart. I think that's all I have. Because I talked about my pulls and how I will be doing the new starts, whatever new start is pulled for each week. And my legacy WIP and my secret project. And I showed you my board. And I think that's all I have. Woo! Okay. So I got that all done in an hour. Look at that. I'm fancy. I'm a professional. Imagine how much shorter it would be if I actually had my shit together. Whatever. That's half the fun, right? That's the chaos. That's what makes it my channel. Thank you all to everyone for being here and watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I do try to answer as soon as I can. I usually take a couple days a week usually about a couple days a week and just go through and reply to everyone. I think there might still be a few I haven't replied to yet, but if you have a question, please do ask and I will reply as soon as I can. I'm sorry, I just saw Asina stretching and my brain fell off a cliff. Um, I feel like I was gonna say something else, but now I don't remember what it is. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I might go back to once a week videos. Honestly, I've been doing every 2 weeks, and I just feel like it's a bit overwhelming for me to keep track of. I don't know. I don't know. I might go back to every week. We'll see. There might be a video next week. If not, I'll post it the following week. It's fine. It is what it is. But until whenever I post, I hope you all have a great week or 2 weeks and get a lot of stitching done. And remember to please take care of yourselves. And we'll see you next time. Happy stitching.